Good morning, Christchurch preschoolers. Hope you're well. Really happy that you've decided to come and join us again, and a warm welcome to all the grown-ups that are helping. I'm going to start, instead of saying the Lord's Prayer, I'm going to get someone to sing it to you. So here we go. Well, that was lovely, wasn't it? And as you'll probably have noticed, some of the words were slightly different. It's always nice to learn something new. Now, today I'm going to read you a story, and that is from the Lift the Flap Bible. And you might remember we were talking about Moses. Now, Moses went to Pharaoh and asked him to let his people go. God's people were slaves to this mean king called Pharaoh. They were very sad. But God had a plan. He sent Moses to make Pharaoh set his people free. After all the horrible things that happened, Pharaoh did let the people go, but he changed his mind and he chased after them. So you can see they came, there's the Red Sea, and here are Pharaoh's armies, and look, there's loads of them, and they look really scary. Look, you wouldn't want that chasing after you, would you? So God's people were stuck between the Red Sea and Pharaoh's army and the chariots. There was no way out. Moses said, God will make a way out for us. And God did. God opened the Red Sea and let the Israelites walk across on dry land. And they were free. And here you can see there is all the people saying, what shall we do? What shall we do? And what they did was walk safely across the Red Sea. God is wonderful and very powerful. For our activity today, and we're going to need a lot of help from your grown-ups, we're going to make one of the horses that pulled the chariot. So what I need you to do to start off with, get a piece of cardboard, thin cardboard. I want you to fold it in half, and then you're going to cut that into the two bits. Now, you're going to cut that in half. So what you've actually got is two rectangles. Now, you can put one rectangle down, and now my paper is magically going to change colour. With one rectangle, I need, grown-ups, you to cut the edges off so it becomes an oval, and then I want you to cut 4 holes at the bottom. Put that aside. With the other bit of cardboard, you're going to cut out a horse's head. I mean, that doesn't look much like a horse's head, but it will. Looks a bit like an upside down sock at the moment. So I'm going to cut out a horse's head. With another little bit grown ups, you need just a little triangle, and that's going to be horse's ear. Then you need to cut out an oblong, and you need to cut lots of tiny cuts all the way up. You also need to cut out, okay, who knows this shape? It's another triangle, and whoever's doing the scissors, going to cut it through there and there and there. And then we're going to put all that together, and then we'll see the funny bit at the end. So you get your horse's head. I think my preschoolers can do this now, thank you grown-ups, but we needed you to do the cutting. And I'm going to put some glue on the horse's head, and then you're going to take the horse's body and you stick it on like that. Looking good. The next thing we're going to do, this is quite hard because this is a tiny bit, take the tiny triangle and we'll put some glue on the tiny triangle, and we glue on the horse's ear. The next thing we're going to get is, do you remember we got this triangle and we cut it all up like that? Now that is going to be the horse's mane. So put the glue on the bit that's not cut, just at the top. In fact, you can put it over, but just at the top. And taking the horse's neck, we're going to glue his mane on. He's definitely looking more like a horse now. Now, who can guess what the long triangle was? It's his tail, of course. So, a little bit of glue at the top of the tail. And you all know where the horse's tail goes, don't you? So, let me turn this round so you can see it. The horse's tail. Now, next thing to do, we need to do the horse's eye. So with your pen, just draw him a nice eye, and you could draw him a mouth with some teeth, and there's his nose. Right, so what is my horse missing? That's right, his legs. That's where you come in. See all these little holes here? See these fingers here? You're going to put your fingers through the hole and off trots your horse. So there we are. There's your horse running along, not going through the Red Sea. And there's his legs. I hope you have loads of fun getting this made. I'd really like some pictures sent to me. You can send them to the church Facebook page, or you can send them by email to cceprojectworker@hotmail.com. Now, I'm going to take a couple of weeks off, so for the next 2 Sundays there won't be any toddler groups. But once I come back, we'll be running every week and I shall be looking out for you. Have a wonderful week and bye-bye.